Have you ever been hurt by words so sharp they pierce deeper than any weapon? Have you ever asked yourself, why should I stay silent when someone lies about me? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to explore one of the most challenging and liberating tactics in spiritual life, how to respond when someone slanders you. But we are not just going to talk about keeping calm or ignoring gossip. We are going to dive into a story that completely flips the script. Story in which a revered old monk didn't just forgive his slanderer, he bowed to him. And in doing so, he shattered the chains of anger, transformed his karma, and left behind a lesson the whole world needs to hear. Let's begin. In a peaceful monastery nestled in the mountains, there lived an old monk known for his wisdom and humility. He had spent decades in quiet service teaching, sweeping the temple floors, planting vegetables. He wasn't famous, he wasn't loud, but his presence brought peace. Until one day, something changed. The younger monk, jealous of the old man's quiet respect, began spreading rumors. "He's a fraud," he said. "He hides his past. He manipulates the abbot. He wants power." The words slithered through the monastery like smoke. People began whispering. Some divided the old monk. Some confronted him. And he did nothing. He kept sweeping. He kept teaching. He kept bowing. One morning, after a particularly vicious outburst from the young monk, the old monk walked into the main hall, kneeled before his accuser, and prostrated 3 times. The entire temple froze. The young monk stammered, "Why are you bowing to me?" The old monk replied, "Because you are helping me destroy the last traces of pride in my heart." That one sentence burned through the room like fire. Silence followed. And then, one by one, the monks began to weep. What just happened? Let's unpack it. First, the old monk understood the deepest truth of calm. No one harms you unless there is something in you that still needs purification. This doesn't mean abuse is justified. It means suffering is an opportunity, a mirror reflecting what still binds you. In this case, pride, attachment to reputation, fear of loss. Instead of defending himself, the old monk used the moment to deepen his practice. He bowed, not in submission, but in sovereignty. He bowed as a warrior bows to his final opponent. Not to surrender, but to transcend. Because the greatest insult is not what others say about you, it's believing you need to be defended. Let's go deeper. Or do we suffer when slandered? Because we cling to identity. I am a good person. I deserve respect. I did nothing wrong. But the Dharma reminds us all identities are empty. Who you are today is not who you were yesterday. Your goodness doesn't depend on others' opinions. Your integrity doesn't need validation. And if someone lies, that's their karma. How you respond, that's yours. And here's the paradox. The more you cling to being right, the more you suffer. The more you defend your image, the more fragile it becomes. But the moment you release it, you're free. That's what the old monk knew. And that's why his bow was not weakness. It was mastery. He didn't lower himself, but he rose above the battlefield. Let me share another story. A woman in her 30s ran a meditation group. One of her closest students turned against her, accusing her of hypocrisy and manipulation. The community split. She was devastated. A teacher told her, "Don't try to fix the story. Sit with it, see what it triggers, then send them gratitude." She was shocked. Gratitude for betrayal. Yes, the teacher said, because they showed you the place where you still want approval. So she practiced. She didn't retaliate. She didn't gossip. She sat every day, visualizing the student and whispering, "Thank you." Within months, her peace returned. More than that, her teachings deepened. Because she had passed a test that words can't fake. This is what spiritual maturity looks like. Hot preaching. Embodiment. And you don't need to be a monk to live this way. You just need courage. So the next time someone slanders you, ask, what part of me is being challenged? What identity am I defending? Can I meet this moment without needing to win? If that feels impossible, start small. Don't defend yourself immediately. Don't talk behind their back. Don't replay the insult 1,000 times in your head. Instead, breathe. Feel the sting. Inward. And if your heart allows, bow to them, outward lie or silently. Not because they were right, but because they were your teacher. Because they showed you what still hurts. And that's the path to healing. Old monk didn't bow to the slander. He bowed to truth, to the moment. It's with a mirror. And when you do the same, you don't just change the situation, you change yourself. You move from victim to master, from ego to essence, from wounded to whole. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've ever faced false accusations or painful slander, please share your story in the comments. You are not alone, and your grace might inspire someone else. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and remember, the most powerful response to hatred is not revenge, it's presence. Until next time, may your dignity remain unshaken, your heart remain open, and your spirit bow only to truth.